Hey, what's up? It's Rashad, OG friend of the fam, Antonio. Star Wars Celebration
Calrissian
2023.
kids.
Calrissian kids, we are back. This is a Star Wars pod, in case you didn't know. Upon further review is the channel. You know what I'm saying? And man, okay, so this is our second shot at this. I'm gonna get right into this.
Yeah.
I was very surprised about what actually came out. I thought this was going to be like a real calm celebration. There was
None.
zero indication about this. No leaks, no rumors,
Nothing.
no whispers. It was like, hey, we're going to hit you in the head. And even the setup for this was funny because the first like hour or so without phone calls, we wasn't privy to the thing for what I've
Mm-hmm.
heard. All reports saying the first hour and a half was like, just regular stuff
Mm-hmm.
for Lucasfilm. They showed a little, Indiana Jones jump off and some other stuff as a panel. And
Mm-hmm.
then they were kind of wrapping up Kathleen Kennedy, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
America's Most Wanted Kathleen Kennedy was like, y'all hate her, yo,
Yeah.
so
y'all,
much.
y'all on her ass. Y'all for
Every
real.
day, man. Like, get a lady a rest. Matter of fact, no, you know what? That lady's making money. She does not care about y'all. But
Yeah, she
anyway,
don't.
they was like, hey, you want to hear about some movie stuff we doing? And then was like, blah, 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 blah.
They unloaded the clip. They unloaded the clip on every so a little context here. I work ignorantly early in the morning. If you guys don't know this, Rashad knows I wake up at like 2 o'clock, 2:15 in the morning to be at work by like 3:30. Rashad, like, it hits me, it was like, yo, celebration. And so I'm at work and I was like doing my thing because I work in media, I work in television, because I'm a director. So I'm trying to get my stuff together for the show. And I was like, oh snap, I forgot completely about it. So I just went to Twitter. I Googled ST Star Wars Celebration, just popped right on up. And the first thing I see, not even the movie, it's just the Ahsoka show.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh, oh.
Let's get
And then
into it.
we got into it with that. And the next thing you know, I just text Rashad and was like, yo, Ahsoka. I just elongated it. He was like, yes. And then,
Mm-hmm.
and so I go back to work. And then, like, a little bit, probably 30 minutes later, Rashad is just like, yo, did you hear about all these movies coming out? And I was like, no, I'm in the middle of the show. I can't. I got my headset on. Dude, and it's funny because one of my technical director beside me was like, "Yo, you missed the popular, ain't you? Like, why you getting blown up over there?" I was like, shut up, whatever. I just kept seeing Rashad name pop up. Text message. I was like,
Yo, because I was sitting there like just on Twitter too, like,
Uh-huh.
this is like the day before spring break. I teach in real life. So this is the
Uh-huh.
day before. So I'm like putting in grades, kind of like real low key day.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just I was like, yo, hold on. All right, so let's get right into it.
Yeah.
First off, let's talk about Ahsoka first, since you already mentioned her. This trailer for Ahsoka is so good on so many levels.
This was the most detailed teaser trailer I've ever seen in my life. This was just a teaser trailer. This thing seemed like a real full blown, you know what I'm saying,
It's like a
trailer.
minute and 50
Yeah,
seconds.
it's like damn near 2 minutes. Like usually teaser trailers are about anywhere from 30 to like anywhere from, my bad, y'all, from 30 seconds to a minute. This thing, and I was like, it's still going and going.
Nah,
And but the yeah, man, go ahead, Rashad, man.
they was like letting them shots with that
Yeah.
because you got basically, and here's the thing too, like you don't even need a whole lot because if you following the fandom on any level, you already know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Ahsoka's been in a bunch of stuff already. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She's also been live action. Shout out Rosario Dawson, who's
Indeed.
playing a magnificent older Ahsoka. You You know what I'm saying?
She been
And
petitioning
she
for that role.
wanted to be Ahsoka way back in like 2000, like
Yeah.
16,
Yeah.
17.
Yeah. She
Like,
petitioned for this
like
for a long time.
right after she finished being night nurse with
Yep.
the Daredevil
Mm-hmm.
Netflix universe, she was like, yo, I
Mm-hmm.
want to hit me up. I want to do this. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So yeah, so it's good, always good to see people who love the role and wants to encompass the role doing it. So shout out Rosario Dawson. A lot of things happen. We get some Sith or look like wannabe Sith. You know what I'm saying? We get Sabine, we get Chopper, we get Hera.
Hera.
Low key, we get Ezra on like a
Yeah.
hologram.
Hologram.
You know
Yep.
what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yep.
And the big gun of all, we get
Grand Admiral.
silhouette of the Grand Admiral Thrawn, and even gets a shout out to Heir to the Empire. I was like, yo,
Yes.
ain't nobody but Thrawn.
And for those of y'all that don't know, Heir to the Empire, the books was Star Wars Legends. This wasn't like, something George Lucas really created. It was like people that went to George, got permission to use the Star Wars characters.
And that was one Timothy Zahn.
Timothy Zahn, exactly. Yeah. And he came up with this character, and George, like, I guess, kind of helped him develop Thrawn. You're like, all right, cool, I like this storyline. So Thrawn wasn't a George Lucas like thing, like, oh, this is going to happen along the line. He was a Legends character that became so popular that George was like, all right, he's canon.
Oh, So
he's canon. And then Disney, when they bought the properties, even before, because Rebels was before wasn't Rebels out before Disney?
No, I was after.
Oh, Rebels came after Disney purchased it. Okay, cool. Yeah, next thing you know what season was it? Season 2 or 3 or whatever that Thrawn came. That Thrawn came
4. I don't know. It was one of those seasons, Joe.
Next thing you know, Thrawn came in there. We was like, oh, Thrawn is on. Thrawn
season 4. Yeah, it was season 4. Yeah. Because I remember
canon. Yeah.
Because I remember that celebration. It was like with the Thrawn trailer for Rebels. You know what I'm saying? Like that was crazy.
Yeah.
And man, this trailer was really. It was very I was very happy watching this. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, yeah. I was like, I didn't even need a trailer. I was gonna watch Ahsoka regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But like it just made me feel real happy. Like I like the direction they're going with this, and having like the entire Rebels crew there is gonna be just.
And this gives me the notion that this is going to be a dark series. And the reason why I say that is because this is the second time, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm wrong, I know y'all gonna correct me. Y'all gonna correct me and Rashad regardless. If you are, charge it to my head and not my heart, people.
Because we're not true
perfect.
fans.
We're not true fans. But this is the first time I believe since Revenge of the Sith we've seen the LucasFilms logo come up in red.
I can't confirm nor deny that. Like that's
The Lucas, when it was in red up there, and
that's a good catch. I didn't even notice that.
If I'm not mistaken, if I am, charge it to my head and not my heart, but still, this is going to be dark, yo.
And you know why it's going to be dark?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So basically, following Star Wars, this is going to be the Empire Strikes Back. If all the early Mando stuff was like the Star Wars of it, this is going to be ESB. Because do you know what's going to be Return of the Jedi? This Dave Filoni's Mandalorian Star Wars movie. Yes. They gave your boy a big boy job. I cannot wait, and that's gonna be the culmination, y'all. That's gonna be the end of the Mandoverse of this.
So. The movie that Filoni's doing is based off the show, The Mandalorian.
And it's going to be
basically wrapping
this culmination.
Yep, there you go. That's wrapping everything up with that's basically going to wrap up that period between Return of the Jedi and probably Force Awakens into a nice little bow. That's what it's probably going to, and you might get something like a little quick snippet or something in between the show, I guess, Snoke or something, but Snoke might show up It, you know what I'm saying, might show up in the movie stuff, whatever.
Who
Who
knows?
knows?
But either way, like it just really like everything is really coming together. Like them boys
Yeah.
is like they really cooking. And for all
Yeah.
the like, I'm just saying, like there's a
Go
lot of
for it.
people who really are like, I'm just so confused by people sometimes. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
why is y'all so mad?
Yeah.
Like we getting the content. Some of the stuff may not hit with you, you know what I'm saying? Because in retrospect, like I really wasn't feeling Obi-Wan, but I wasn't out here like, saying like, yo, I hated it. Like it's like, nah,
Yeah.
man, some of it was good, some of it was like, yo, this
Yeah.
is ridiculous. And we talked about it too.
Yeah.
Way back on the channel, if you want to go back and look at it, those
Yeah.
reviews are still there.
Yeah.
So we not gonna be hypocrites about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So right now, just as a fan, like you should be excited. And you know why you should be excited, Tony?
Why is that there, Rashad?
Because not only are we getting the mid of the timeline, we're going back
Back. This is
to
what me and
the
Rashad.
origin.
Jake said 25,000 years before the Battle of Yavin. This is the stuff me and Rashad have been trying to get, been wanting for a long time. Like me, there are still some Star Wars, like, or Star Wars stuff, prequel stuff that I would like to see or whatever. Rashad said before that he's kind of over it a little bit, but of course he'll still watch it because he's a fan. But we both have been like, yo, we want to see, like, in the beginning.
We want to see past stuff.
Yeah,
we want to see. You want to see past stuff? They said, look, yo, James Mangold is going to be directing this. Awesome director.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? On top of that, this is going to be a biblical epic. I was like, I beg your pardon.
My man, we getting the 10 Commandments of Star Wars.
We getting the 10 crack commandments of Star Wars.
Yeah, my guy. We about to see how the Jedi started.
Yes, I never, and you know what's funny? It's one of the things like I never really thought about.
Because all we wanted was High Republic. I mean, we gonna still get some High Republic,
or just Old Republic. You know what I'm saying?
Old Republic. Yeah, we wanted High Republic. We wanted Old Republic,
which they put on the timeline as
yes,
with the Lucasfilm stuff.
Yes.
So that's gonna be cooking too eventually. Yeah,
that's all we wanted was Old Republic or High Republic. Mm-hmm. My man said, "Oh, you want that? You're gonna get." In the beginning, there was the Force, and the Force was good. That's what you about to get, man.
And the Force was with us, and the Force was the Force. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, I can't. That's gonna be really good. And
then on top of that, Rashad,
what's that, Tony?
We're gonna get a sequel to the Mickey Ficky prequels. The sequel to the prequels. Now, granted, we know that a lot of people were kind of turned off by the prequels. They were turned off by the prequels in general. And some people said they kind of not necessarily fell out of love of Star Wars, but kind of was like, yo, this ain't Star Wars for them. And that was until Disney Plus came with The Mandalorian and, some of the stuff like that or whatnot. Brother, we about to go 15 years after what happened in The Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
And Rey is back. And she has reordered and restructured the Jedi, basically the Jedi Academy, and how being a Jedi and the Force works. Basically restructured it all, and we get in that. Me and Rashad talked about this earlier. When I saw that, the first thing I saw on the Twitter sphere were people that were like, I know one thing. I know John Boyega, aka Finn, better be on this series.
FN2187.
Right. And Rashad, what did you tell me?
I really feel like they already got some. Because if you notice the past like 3 or 4 months, when anybody's asking about Star Wars, it's been like, I've kind of gotten over the onslaught, how it was beginning, because I'm be very honest. After Rise of Skywalker came out, that was what year was that? 2019, right?
That was 1918.
2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2000, like,
Because Endgame came out, and then at the end of the year, Rise of
yeah.
Skywalker came out. So, and you know what happened in 2020? Two things happened: pandemic, social unrest, and Boyega was on one.
Yes, he
I
won't have it.
mean, unfiltered anger and aggression. I was here for it. Still
I
am.
was too.
But of course, over time, you gotta kind of like you let the anger go and kind of resolve some things in your mind. And I'm guessing he kind of did that. Slash, they was like, "Yo, Mr. Boyega,
Right.
how about some more money and the opportunity to do your thing for real, for real?"
Right. Because I believe after he went on his rant, and some people in the fan base actually went on a rant with him and agreed with everything about it. Because with him going like, hey, because let's keep it a buck. When the Force Awakens dropped, the trailers and everything seemed like it was going to be about Finn, for the most part, or he was going to play a major part in this story. He was still a part, but he wasn't. I mean, because they tried to say, "Oh, it's a story about this new trilogy is going to be a story about 3 new companions that are the equivalent of Han, Leia, and Luke."
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like that with John Boyega and even Oscar Isaac a little bit, because he was like, because it like all 3 of them in the original Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, and Mark Hamill, it was like equal pairing. You knew they were the main 3 people.
It was definitively the trio.
It didn't feel that way. You barely saw them together in the daggone. You barely saw them together in the daggone whatchamacallit. In this prequel, in the sequel trilogy. Daisy Ridley, character of Rey, and Poe Dameron didn't even really talk to each other until the end of like the last scene of The Last Jedi. And then they didn't have scenes together, like, until Rise of Skywalker. It was still, still slim pickings.
It was
and then John Boyega, the entire, all he did the entire last Rise of Skywalker was, Ray, I got something I need to tell you. And we never find out what it was. But come to find out, they say in the books, he eventually lets her know that he's Force sensitive. And it makes sense considering that he was able in Force Awakens to wield a lightsaber pretty decently, considering all things, and actually hung with Kylo Ren, who had been training and everything. But that's another plot armor thing that we had a problem with in it. But now we're going 15 years into the future after Rise of Skywalker, and Rey has her own Jedi Academy.
Question for you. I know this may be out of timeline because age-wise may not match up.
Give it to me.
However, I would love to see Ahsoka there just as the old mentor. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know, like, Ahsoka's not really a Jedi. Right. Even though they're marketing like she's a Jedi. You know what I'm saying? Like Rebel, whatever, Jedi. Like, fam, like, she not a Jedi. Like, she got erased from the Order. She was a Padawan. Yeah. Essentially. So
2 things real quick. If you saw in the trailer, I think they're going to go onto the path of her redemption of finally becoming a Jedi. Because
I hope not.
I put like that asset because the last scene, you see the droid who was talking to her.
Yeah, that's the droid. Huyang. Yeah.
Huyang, who basically, shows at all the Padawans how to design a lightsaber. And he says to her, well, it's time to start back from the beginning. We don't know if he said it to her or whatever, they do things.
I really like her being like just, doing her own thing. You know what I'm saying?
The other thing, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you good.
I think the other thing I want to say is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that she is gone. She's passed away by that point, because the scene with Rey.
Yeah, they heard her voice, man, but like they didn't. But nobody. But Dave, man, Dave
Yeah,
Dave never said she was dead.
that's true. So
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
because the voice, he said, he was like, I don't know. Nobody said she was dead because we heard her voice at
yeah,
the end. You know, they be playing real coy
yeah,
with Ahsoka because, you know, he love Ahsoka. So,
yeah.
so yeah, that's just what I would like to see. You know what I'm saying? If not, like, I think it's going to be very interesting having them come back. Because I have no clue what a story could be. Like we could theory craft, but like we gotta
Yeah.
talk about other stuff. But like it seems pretty interesting.
I'm gonna ask you
Go
one more
ahead.
question, one more
No, you
thing.
good.
Um, do you think I know that Dave Filoni is going to have his Mandalorian movie or whatnot, but when we go into the future,
Yes.
do
Yes.
you think we're going to see?
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
We're going to see Baby
Yes.
excuse me, Grogu. We're going to see.
Yes.
Okay,
We're gonna
just
see
want to.
We're gonna see Grogu in with Ray.
Okay, just want to make sure.
He's
That's
gonna be
all.
like 90, 91.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
He should be talking and like, you know,
Yeah,
pissing folks off.
yeah.
Yes. And we're also going to see this is okay. Because they set this up so heavily, we have to pay this off in the future.
Uh-huh.
We need, like, I really want to have my Mandalorian Game of Thrones show or movie. Like, I need that
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
after all these idiots get together and be kumbaya for a certain period of time, you already know it's going to be some house or something gonna get pissy mad and then want to be like, nah, yo, we not doing this like commission style. We lead this. Please can I have it?
Hater Vizslas.
Yes, please can I have the Rise of House Vizsla? I need that. You know what I'm saying? A couple small things too. So Skeleton Crew that comes out next year. That's looking like it's gonna be really good for
right. That's kind of like dealing with
Jude Law. He's gonna be with like some kids.
Yeah.
Jude Law is going to be a Jedi.
Okay.
That is based during the like the Mandoverse time as well.
Okay.
So he's gonna be a Jedi with some kids. I don't know if they're force sensitive or not.
Okay.
The Acolyte, which they had a real long panel with the Acolyte. That's
supposed to be the end of this year, ain't it?
Nah, it's 2024.
Okay, they pushed it. Okay, I
So
thought
probably early because they're almost done. They got 4 episodes done. So there's probably be sometime next year, probably hopefully late winter, early spring. So a quick tidbit, because since we all the Calrissian kids, I would be remiss not to mention this. The Lando show is still on.
Yes. Because
Kathleen said that out of her own mouth.
Because I believe that episode, I think that series is going to be basically a continuation of what happened when he talked to the young lady who was, I forget her name, that was in Rise of Skywalker, when he was like, yo, where you from? She's like, I don't know. He was like, well, let's go find out. And I think that's going to kind of be like almost like a buddy space pirate movie.
Or it could be the prequel to that. Because it's with because you know the shit, what am I saying? The Lando show is going to be with Donald Glover.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because they talked about that real early when they started Disney Plus. But yeah, this is going to be with Donald Glover.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's still in talks. Because even he had a like an interview with I think Vanity Fair or Vogue. Yeah, you know. I can't say none of that. So, so he's gonna be on. So he was talking about, you know, I say just a time thing, like a time and story thing. But Kathleen said, "Nah, we still got you, homeboy. We gonna get this show out you." So that's cool. I said, Acolyte that. Oh man, like I think we got everything.
Yeah.
Let me just be for sure to check. But yeah, I really because like yo. So much stuff. Go ahead, Tony.
I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm excited for everything.
Oh yeah, my bad. Andor is also coming back.
That's right, season 2 of Andor. Yeah, so I'm really excited for everything. I'm excited for the Acolyte as well. But this is why I'm excited about the Acolyte, and hopefully, we'll get maybe another show or movie based on this. I've always wanted to see something where we see from the dark side perspective.
That's gonna be the acolyte.
That's what I figured it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah.
want to
Yeah, that's gonna
see.
be the acolyte.
I want to see a movie on from the dark side, perspective, because we all know, what I'm saying, the famous line, Anakin, the Sith are evil. But from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. And if you think about it,
They are.
the Jedi's kind of trash. And I love they take kids away when they infants from their families.
That's what I was. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying. Okay, so
Go ahead, brother.
the thought I had about when I'm glad you said that, because Rey being over the Jedi Order, like I'm really trying to figure out how she's going to implement being a Jedi. Also seeing how she's got the old text, and also seeing how High Republic Jedis weren't as dogmatic as like, like the Fall of the Jedi period era Jedis were. So I'm wondering if there's going to be like real actual balance, because the thing is, like, if somebody's really on the dark, I mean on the light side, the dark side is going to rise up. You know what I'm saying? So the key is to make sure you try to find balance between both of those things. So I'm wondering if Rey is actually going to try to do that and like toe that line between, like, like, I understand you really want to cut somebody's head off, but you can't. Or like, I know you got feelings for so-and-so, but we not like monks and nuns. So, because we already know Obi-Wan hit them cheeks, you know what I'm saying, with the team. So they was already like messing up anyway. Yeah. So it's I really wonder how they draw that line. Also, just culturally, with the times, because we realize like that whole good and evil thing is not as clear cut in media as it used to be. Like, everybody's like basically a flawed character, and they got it. You looking at both sides of that now. Like, that's like just a very common trope now. So I wonder how they're gonna do that. I'm sorry.
What Yoda said, he said, it looks like the ancient text. Page turners, they weren't. Page turners, they were. Even Yoda realized, like, after death and everything, like after they lost and everything, like, hey, yeah, we shouldn't have. There's some things that we should have done different and everything. Like High Republic
he was like a real sad by the end of by the end of the prequel show.
He was like, dang, man. Like, maybe we should have
failed halfway.
Failed halfway into exile. I must go. I was like, where was that written at, Yoda? That you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of saying,
he said, man, I gotta get the hell out of here.
I gotta get the hell out of here, man. They gonna kill me. Swamp planet. I must live.
Dagobah.
Yeah, it's like during the High Republic and early they actually had relationships. They were in.
It was like, just thriving regular human beings. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's wild, because the only Jedi that I know of, like in the modern, I guess, quote unquote, modern area, who had like an actual wife was Kellimundi, Jedi Master Kellimundi. Because but they say that was a part of his, like, tradition and his his culture, but they let him have it. But but somehow he still was found a way to not have attachments. Weird. I'm just saying, like I said, the Jedi do have some trash practices or whatnot. They try their best to be like, hey, we're good. We don't kill people out of, what I'm saying, we don't let our passions burn us. You know what I mean? But sometimes you have to. You know what I mean? You're I ain't gonna say you're human, because all of them are human, but you're a living organism, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say here, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it always did. They were just so dogmatic about it that they wouldn't really accept it, because we made rules, and these rules, we got to stick to these rules, and the rules was what was killing them.
Yeah. And The Last Jedi, Luke made a good point. He was like, look here, man. He was like, they were so dogmatic. He said, listen, the Jedi of their time was so dogmatic and so pragmatic in their views. They allowed the most powerful Sith ever to ever live rise. He said, that's how arrogant. He said, after all that, we got that out the way stuff. And he said, then what happened with, Ben? He was like, it's a wrap, man. We don't need to do this no more. Just let the Jedi die with me. That's what he basically said,
Mm-hmm. So hopefully, like, it really will die with Luke, and we get like a new. Of course, it's called the New Jedi Order. So, and it has like the sigil with the thing in the middle. Looks real nice.
Almost like NWO, baby. New world, new world.
But yeah, yo, like it's looking like a really good time for the next 2 to 4 years. And
for people that's complaining and stuff, because some of Disney's just trying to cash, shut the hell up forever. Let's look here, man. You're a fan of Star Wars. I'm a fan of Star Wars. We're all fans of Star Wars. The biggest problem that we had as being fans of Star Wars was the gap between getting new content that was canon type content. And yes, Disney's trying to make $1. We all know that Disney,
but LucasFilm is trying to make $1 too.
But who
you're not making if you're not, you look how you invent the blockbuster and now not trying to make no money.
Right, man.
It don't make like it don't make no sense.
My thing is this: who cares, bro? Who cares? We are this is the most Star Wars content we've ever gotten in our lifetime. And we're not even talking about like books and comics.
No, we're talking about games. We're just talking about TV
movies. Yes. Like when Return of the Jedi came out, back in 82, 81 or whatever, we didn't get episode 1 till 99.
Yeah.
And then after when Return of the Jedi came out, was that 03, 02, 03, 04, whatever, when Return of the Jedi.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. After that, we had to wait another almost 10 years or so.
2015.
Yeah, we had to wait another 10 years, 10, 12 years to get, The Force Awakens. And now we got that. We got these shows. We've had some spinoffs, some amazing spinoff stuff. Man, let's let it cook, yo.
For real.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people be complaining. Like, I don't know, we got a little bit of time. So I just want to talk about my time online this week. And people was
your shot frozen on that.
I know it. I try to reset it, but I don't care. I'm just gonna talk. People is always like some random straight white male who is very upset about true Star Wars fan. That's why I alluded to earlier. And like, like basically say, I can't believe that like Disney was stooped this low to have Lizzo, the queen of a socialist planet. And when you start using a coded language like socialist and all this other stuff, like I already know what you want. I'm just like laughing, replying, because to me it's just engagement because I already know what this is.
Yeah.
So goes down. He says basically like, don't you have like says something stupid like a store to rob or a town to riot. I'm like,
oh, okay.
I said, oh man, yo, you one of them, yo. so it'd be that every time, man, every time, especially on YouTube. YouTube loves it.
I just want to say something real quick. I'm trying to be as delicate as possible, but you know me, Rashad. angry Caucasian males who hate everything and think everything belongs to you. Listen, man, Star Wars don't belong just to you. I'm not a huge fan of Lizzo or whatever. I think she's very talented music-wise and everything. And when I first saw her in the show, I was like, oh, that's different. But then when you hear her story about how her father was a huge Star Wars fan and he turned her on to it, and it was like a rite of passage in their family to become Star Wars fan, and how excited she was to be in it, I can respect that. I respect when people who are fans of an item want to be a part of that item.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, right? Anybody, if somehow Lucasfilms or Disney, Dave Filoni said, "Hey, Tonio, man, we want to put you in a Star Wars movie. I'm dropping everything. Your wish is my command. Yes, let me be in that, man. Stop thinking everything belongs to y'all, man. For real, like it's for everybody. Cause y'all the same ones that had John Boyega feeling the way he was feeling when Force Awakens came up. Y'all almost had a damn heart attack. Y'all saw a black stormtrooper. Oh my God. There's only one black person in Star Wars. That's Billy D. Williams. That's Lando. Sorry, man. Come on, man. Look, get over it. Get over it. We're here. We're not going anywhere. We're Star Wars fans, come in all shapes, sizes, colors, creeds, or whatever. And I'm here for it.
I loved it. And at the while, like it stops almost like with the Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark thing. It stops to come about the thing and it starts to become about something else. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not really about that the Lizzo was in it. It's about there's a large black woman in it. You know what I'm saying? And you hate that. And it's like, and for some reason you want to like reverse this to say, hey, like, why are they in this thing?
Yeah,
you know like what I'm saying? Like,
I had to correct somebody today. You know, that was like, oh, Lizzo was a Star Wars. Did she eat Baby Yoda? I said, yo, we not doing that today.
Yo, that is foul.
I said, I said that's one thing we not doing, bro. I said, we're not doing that. I said, we definitely ain't doing that today. And he was like, man, I said, for real, we're not doing that today. And he shut right the hell up after I said it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I just can't sit back idly and have you bash a black woman. Like I'm not doing that. Especially when like I'm surrounded by them. So nah, we'll continue to call you out online. Anyway, we will be back. It could be sometime this weekend, but for certain on Wednesday, 7 p.m. the penultimate episode of The Mandalorian season 3. And you already know who's about to be there next episode on Grand Moff Gideon. All right, y'all. See you next time.
All right, y'all. Peace out.